The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Trader's Edge with Steve Rhodes. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good afternoon, folks. Steve Rhodes coming to you. Oh, I always do. That's the 1 p.m. update. Welcome to today. Today is what? July the 22nd. That means it's the wonderful Wednesday edition of the Trader's Edge show. Glad to be with you out there. Yeah, so totally flustered out there. But look, here's what I know. You know, I always share with you a couple of my philosophies out there. One of them being that the way you do, well, no, so that's what I'm, boy, totally off my game out here. One is that everything in life happens for us, not to us. Right. And the second is that it's always good to be a pioneer of your future versus a prisoner of your past. I'll just share another one with you. And that is that the way you do anything is the way you do everything. Think about that. Think about the people you meet. Think about the people you know. Exactly. In fact, if you walk into somebody's car and it's kind of dirty, disheveled, the whole thing, what do you think it's like when you get to their desk at their office or maybe at home and so on and so forth? Anyways, you don't want to talk about that. You're here to talk about the markets. So let's go ahead and get started with that. First, I would love to hear from you. You could give us a call at 877-927-6648. Now, if you can't call in, we've got you covered there too. You can always let those fingers do the walking. You can send me an email, and that's steve@tfnn.com. Inside the subject heading, please put radio show question. Makes it much easier for me to sift through all the trash emails. Yours is not a trash email. That's why I want you to just highlight it for me. So that would be helpful. And then, of course, inside our Tigers Den, well, any ping will do. So let's go ahead and get this show started on wonderful Wednesday. Of course, this is Tiger Financial News Network. I'm Steve Rhodes. Welcome to the show. Right now, we got a mixed bag out here. The Dow and the S&P are up. You got the NASDAQ basically flat or down just about $1 out here. The Dow's up 68, the S&P 8, the Russell's up 1, gold's up $20, silver's $1.40. My bottom charts, I needed to restart my system. I don't think I had enough time in between doing the 1 p.m. update and the show out here, so I can't really tell you what's leading the charge in the markets or what's leading the charge the upside or to the downside. So, but that's okay. We have things to look at. Of course, I want to hear from you. So let's take a look at the general markets out here. Get our bearings. So that'll be helpful to Stevie. Let's start by taking a look at our TAS market profiles out here. So what do we know? We know the ES Mini. That's your left-hand panel chart. It's above the top of its profile. Top was 31.29. That would be support on any kind of a pullback. Its message right now is bullish. No topping signal in place yet for the ES Mini. Different story for the NQ. Its topping signal is still in place. That topping pattern was formed on the trading session of July the 13th out there. Yesterday's move higher didn't take that out. There's no close above it. In fact, it didn't actually get up to that higher. I don't think that it did. It doesn't matter whether it did or didn't. It's always about the body of the candle. So in this case here, the close. And so that's got a topping signal in place. The Dow has a topping signal in place. And today, prices just tested. You can see the descending trend lines. You can see the top of its daily profile. So that's where prices kind of snookered at this stage of the game. And inside the Russell 2000, its topping pattern took place on the trading day of June the 9th out there. But prices above the top of its daily profile. So there still may be more rally or counter trend rally in it. So we've got three with topping signals and one without. Who would have thunk that it was the ES Mini that did not generate the topping signal? Now, there's a few others out here that do not have a topping pattern. One of them, and this is important, is the Wilshire 5000. We don't talk about it too often. I don't think there's actually 5,000 stocks inside the Wilshire 5000. I believe it's the Wilshire about 3,000 and some odd stocks out there. Nonetheless, it is providing us with a good feel for the general marketplace out here. And at this stage, it's going to be, or it looks like it will form bar number 7 today of a TD9 count. If this does use the 9 count to identify a high, that would mean it would be either Thursday, Friday, or Monday that you could see that pattern. Likewise, if we do get a bearish reversal candle in it and a close below 33,133, or at least that's the number as of today, that would signal that a pullback has begun. You got to get below Stevie's green line out there, whether there's a topping pattern or not in play. New York Stock Exchange, we'll take a look at a couple different charts on that. Here, this has a TD9 count top, so not until that high gets taken out, and that, oops, didn't mean to get that data box, not that that's a bad thing, but that high formed out here on June the 8th, so that's its topping pattern. The price out there is 12,836.68. That price would need to close above to negate that pattern out here. Of course, what we do know about the New York Stock Exchange, it identified that topping signal back on June 8th and immediately drove price right back to where it had broken out from, which was 11,590.31. So its breakout level has been tested. I don't know, maybe that's a signal that it's going to go try to take out the resistance level, that June 8th area out there. But it's got a top. The Wilshire doesn't. The NASDAQ Composite still has its stop in place. The semis, let's go take a look at the semis out here. Ideally, folks, we get topping signals all across the board, across all the indices, or all the major indices across the globe, and in the U.S. indices, to really signal to us that, okay, price is ready to move lower, and move lower for a period of time out here. If we take a look at the semis, yeah, they still have their TD9 count top that is in play out here, so that hasn't been negated. So it's got a topping signal as well. The transports, they also have a topping signal, so we're really waiting on the Wilshire and the S&P 500. Yeah, here's the Dow Jones Transports. You can see wave number 7. That's letter G, as well as a Gartley sell pattern out there. So that's what's going on inside of the general markets. If we take a look at the New York Stock Exchange, again, go to its advanced decline oscillator reading. What do we have here? It's above zero, printing right now at about 60 and change out there. When it's above zero, tells us that buyers are the ones that are in control, so we can use the New York Stock Exchange as a general message for what it is communicating to us, as well as the spot volatility index. That is trading below its 50-day exponential moving average. Currently, that's priced at 30.57, whereas the VIX is priced at 24.78. That is market bullish out here. I know some of you might say, how do you know that? Many of you have seen this chart before, but all you have to do yourself, go do the work yourself. I'm not saying, hey, go do the work yourself like you're being punished or anything. I'm just saying if you did the work yourself, you would come up with a chart like this, and you could use the yellow and the green boxes out here. Those represent when price is above or below the 50-day exponential moving average of that spot volatility index. When it's below the 50-day exponential moving average, those are the green boxes out here. Well, you see what price generally does. Whereas with the yellow boxes, that is when that spot volatility index is below the 50-day exponential moving average. I know somebody out there is saying, but Steve-O, it's not that easy. Tell that to that page that we just looked at out there. Look, if you're not trying to time the top tick or the bottom tick out there, you just simply want to understand where is the spot volatility index trading. You could give a rat's patootie, and you know I didn't want to say patootie out there, what the value of the spot volatility index is. That is irrelevant. Is that a word out there? It is, yeah, irrelevant. Got to have that 50-day exponential moving average on that chart to give you the signal of plenty of liquidity or lack of liquidity. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back. And we'll go take a look at Tesla and Microsoft and anything else that you'd like.
If you're not currently using the TAS Profile Scanner when looking at setting up your trading opportunities, then your arsenal is short a mighty weapon. The TAS Profile Scanner is a standalone piece of software that instantly filters over 2,500 global financial markets such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Headed by Steve Dahl, Taz understands that in today's technological world, the use of top-flight software applications and technical analysis expertise is essential to successful trading in today's market. You also gain access to the webinar that Steve Dahl and Tom O'Brien just hosted, The Best Way to Use the Taz Profile Scanner to Profit. This webinar archive is available for all subscribers immediately upon signing up. All new subscriptions also come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Start your subscription by visiting the front page of TFNN.com today, and you'll find the Taz Profile Scanner under the Services tab. Sign up today. Are you in the market for buying or selling real estate in the Bay Area, including the surrounding St. Petersburg, Tampa, and Clearwater markets? Tiger Real Estate LLC is a firm that has extensive experience in the Tampa Bay area. Whether you're looking to sell your current property for maximum value, or you're in the market for a second home or investment property, Tiger Realty has the experience across all areas of real estate in the Tampa Bay area to help buyers and sellers make the most informed decisions across all price levels. From the price you should be paying per square foot in certain up-and-coming areas to the type of cash flow investment properties are capable of creating, Tiger Real Estate can help you make the best decision when it comes to all areas of the market. Before you make one of the biggest decisions of your financial future, call Tiger Real Estate LLC today at 727-329-8322 or email us at tiger@tfnn.com. That's 727-329-8322. Call us today.
Many of our new listeners have heard about The Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive The Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on The Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
TFNN has launched our brand new website. You can still visit us at the same TFNN.com URL, but when you do, you'll see a new and improved homepage with a much simpler navigation, whether you're watching Tiger TV live in high definition or just accessing your newsletter subscriptions. We even have new pricing in 6 months and yearly options. Check out the new TFNN.com now and experience all the upgrades. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Welcome back, folks. So let's go. It's about time. If you're over in the UK, I'm sure they're pounding down some of the Guinness Stout. So why don't we pound down a Guinness Stout with Scott in Colorado Springs? Although Scott, he's probably drinking Coors because he's a Coloradoan. Is that true? Is it Coloradoans? Probably not. That's just something Stevie made up, isn't it, Scott? Uh-oh, do we have Scott? Do we have anybody? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. There you go. There's that voice that we love so much. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. I like Blue Moon.
Blue Moon. So where's
sir.
Blue Moon? Where's Blue Moon? Where's that from? Do you know?
That's from Colorado too.
It is. Now, is that
sir.
one of the beers that they serve like a slice of an orange in, or I'm thinking of something else?
Yes, sir. I always order it without the fruit.
Yeah, good. Me too. That's a real guy's drink. Give me a beer without the fruit, please. Right?
Exactly.
Very cool. So you want to take a look at the Great British Pound, which is how we got onto beers.
Yesterday it got just above what I am tracking for the daily TD resistance.
Okay.
And
I'll put that up on the screen so people can see what you're looking at.
It's working. Let's see. I have daily TD resistance at
127.55. I would think you do.
Yes,
I mean, I think you're lining up with what I've got, and I can see yesterday. We can see on the chart how it poked its head there. It proved itself as resistance. Again, that's at 1.2755. So we've got that established. What are you thinking of doing here, or what are you doing?
It's looking like it might try it again today. And I'm wondering if it does get above that, where you see it would go from there.
1.2977. So the way that these TD9 count break down and break. Excuse me?
Maybe I don't have the same.
So I'm going to give you. You asked where would it go to if it closes above 1.2755. That's the high for the trading day of June 11th. And there's another TD9 count pattern. When the bottom was formed on March 20th, it was with bar number 8. So the high of that pattern was a trading session, Scott, from March the 11th. And so that would become the next target. So if price were to close above one resistance level, then I would look to the next resistance level. That's using the TD9 counts. That's not taking a look at, hey, where are profiles, which also act as support or resistance levels. But to answer your question specifically, any close above 1.2755 using the TD9s out there would suggest price headed up to the 1.2977 level. I agree with you. Price should try to attack that area again, 127.55. And that's because price is trading above Stevie's green line, which is priced right now, Scott, at 1.262 and some change out there. So that says market conditions are bullish and price is trading in between support, and one support level would be my green line. That's the squiggly one, folks. And then you get the horizontal line, and that's resistance. So it's kind of like in a neutral stance right now for its daily time frame.
Yep, between support and resistance. Yep.
Yeah, and so there's
that
really...
OUL is the bomb, Steve. I don't know how people trade without it.
You know, thanks. I think it's also a wonderful tool because, when I started from scratch when it came to this whole technical analysis stuff. So I didn't bring any preconceived ideas or anything, just simply started from scratch and just simply was a true consumer of as much as I could take in until I could try to figure things out and put some tools together myself. And one of the things that I always struggled with, Scott, was all of a sudden you're in an instrument and it starts pulling back. Well, is that it? Is it over? Is the move higher over? Or if you're on the other side of the transaction, right? And I've learned and developed that oscillator and change line tool because it helps me, depending on the color of it, to determine whether it's just a normal retracement and then what to do and what action to take, whether price is above it or below it. So, yeah, I think it is an invaluable tool to allow, and it works for all time frames. Right, so it's a beautiful thing. I mean,
as you know, I personally have grown along with you. Maybe not near as much, but I have grown with you as you've learned things and as you've taught things. And that OUL is just something else. It's just you get a break above, you go with it. You get a break below, you go with it.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't know, like I said, I don't know how people trade without it. Because just that tool there will make you plenty of money.
Yeah, there's obviously plenty of different tools and techniques out here. And that's the beauty of really TFNN, right? We have X number of shows each day. And everybody's using different tools. Sometimes we integrate some of the tools, into this. I love Basil's work out there. I especially enjoy the seventh wave move. I'm a big baseball fan, so I love that wave number 7 or letter G. That was actually taught to me by Z in the Tiger's Den, John in the Tiger's Den, and Saratoga Bob. Used to be a guy who really focused on that seventh wave move out there. The TD9s out here are just as valuable, Scott, aren't they? I mean,
exactly. Yes,
knowing support or resistance.
So are.
Yeah, and the beauty.
It's incredible.
Yeah, the beauty of it is it's objective. So that's really cool because I get to sit here each day, for an hour with folks, just punch up the charts, and all I'm doing is reading, just narrating the tools and what they are explained to us, and that way it's consistent, all the way around. But anyways, enough of that. But so yeah, look, you've got the Great British Pound. It's up towards that resistance level. There's no trade unless you get some type of 5-minute or 10-minute chart out there or something like that. But on the daily, until price closes over 127.55, it's in between support and resistance. There's nothing else I can say.
Fantastic. Thank you, Steve.
Hey, you bet. Scott, good to hear from you, and enjoy that next blue moon. Think of us here at TFNN.
Take care.
You bet.
Right.
You bet. And even though Scott went off the line out here, folks, there's also some other levels of support and resistance. Here's the weekly time frame for the Great British Pound, and you can see that it has resistance up at about 1.284. That's the center of its bullish structured weekly profile out there. And if this is just a counter trend move inside of the Great British Pound, that is the area where you would anticipate that price would begin to turn down. 1.2843, not too far away from that resistance level that we were looking at on the daily time frame. Let's stick with currencies out here, and the reason we are is because we've got another request for it. So we've got a request to take a look at the Euro-US dollar. This is from Nick. Nick says, I'm interested in the Euro-US dollar. I'm speculating we are at a point of trend exhaustion within the next 24 hours. What do your tools indicate? How might this impact money flows into the Dow and into silver? Well, let's try to answer the easy question first out here, and that is, let's take a look at, you're asking the question, do we see any signals that suggest that the euro might exhaust itself or change its trend to the upside the next, you say the next 24 hours. So let's go take a look at the chart here for the Euro-US dollar. I'm assuming that you're talking about the daily time frame chart. So when we get back from this break, I'm going to ask this question. What bar number are we in right now, folks, on the Euro-US dollar? And how intuitive is Nick? We'll answer that question as soon as we get back. Back in the day, I joined Hotel California in 2006, and like many of you, was drawn in by, as well as,
whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows.
You see, I believe that everything in life happens for us, not to us. And Tom ignited the fire within me to want to learn how to master the markets. So how did I go from knowing nothing about technical analysis to becoming the #1 market timer for the S&P 500 in 2018 and the #2 market timer in 2019? Simply put, I hired coaches with a proven track record, which led me to a whole new set of tools that I created to interpret the message of buyers and sellers. I would love the opportunity to teach you this award-winning set of tools and help you improve your market timing. You can test drive my newsletter service, Mastering Probabilities, for the next 30 days with no risk to you. Plus, you'll gain access to archive workshops that'll take you step-by-step through my system. Sign up today by going to the homepage of TFNN.com and selecting Mastering Probability in the newsletter tab. Bam!
If you're a trader in the market looking to find the path that leads to maximizing profits while decreasing risk, then now is a great time to try out Dave White's daily trading service, The Path of Least Resistance. Through the use of options and equity trades, Dave advises his subscribers on a daily basis of the current market conditions and what possible trade setups are on the horizon. The Path of Least Resistance is published every trading morning, often with updates intraday when initiating trades or closing out positions. Dave White has advised his clients of some outstanding winning options and equity trades in recent months, and now is a great time to try it out for yourself. New subscribers to the Path of Least Resistance receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the types of options and equity trades that are available by signing up for the Path of Least Resistance today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com and selecting the newsletter tab. Sign up today. TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. So for Nick, we're taking a look at the Euro-US dollar price trading above the top of its daily and weekly profiles out there, so no resistance. And Nick is under the impression or belief that the euro is ready to top out, at least. I don't know what time, for how long he's thinking out here. And his question was, do my set of tools show that is a possibility? I'm kind of, summarizing for him. And the answer would be yes, sure, it's a possibility. Now, it's more than just a possibility. Today's going to be bar number 8, Nick, of the TD9 count. The TD9s have been working relatively well for the Euro-US dollar, so it's certainly worth paying attention to. The bottom on March 23rd was a 8 count out there. Price goes ahead and rallies up to a resistance point, a TD9 breakdown level, then pulls back to support, which was a $1.07. It does that with another TD9 count. It was on bar number 8 out here. This 9 count on the trading day of June 5th, that marked a short-term high. Price never closed above that. And price pulled back. So, yeah, that says that you're saying the next 24 hours. Well, it could be the high could be today on this pattern, Nick. It could be tomorrow, or it could be the following day. So that would be Friday. Of course, it could be not at all out there. If price were to close above the high of that pattern, then it would negate it. But to answer your question, yeah, I see it. Now, the issue that you've got, and when we were talking with Scott, and Scott will tell you this. Okay, so you've got to do your reward risk out here. And your first place of where you determine that, where is support, is going to be Stevie's green line. And that's currently priced at 1.146. Now, I've got about a 15-minute delay, I believe, on this euro-US dollar currency pair. So it may not match up exactly with regard to what you are looking at on your system. But that's not going to change much with regard to these values. So that's what I would be looking at, James or Nick out here. And so, yeah, it's got the potential for a top, and that would be today, tomorrow, or Friday out there. So best of luck. What you're going to have to do is go down to the short-term time frame chart, such as a 30-minute. Here's the 30-minute chart for the euro. I don't have a topping signal that is in place out here. It does show wave number 7, but we can see another wave formed after that was letter G. So ixnay on that, although price hasn't closed above the high of that pattern. Price right now on a 30-minute basis may just be pulling back to support out here at 115. In order to really get traction to the downside, and this is a big move to the downside, price would have to close below its breakout level, and that's at $1.14, 1.1423 out there. So no signal yet coming from at least the 30-minute time frame chart. So best of luck, Nick, to you on that potential trade. Pradeep wanted to take a look at Tesla. Pradeep is short Tesla coming into earnings out here. So Pradeep wants us to make a determination. Does that make a lot of sense out there? I think maybe that was the question. Maybe it was something else. Just looking for guidance to close the position. Well, if guidance to close the position, we're going to first make a determination, should you be in that position? So when we take a look at his price trading above resistance out here, well, it is on the daily, weekly, and the monthly. And that's with regard to profile level. So that says, okay, we better see some type of topping pattern in Tesla for any of those time frames to suggest that a top is in place. Now, look, these patterns are not present at every single market top. It's just when they're present inside the instrument that you're trading, then what we have is a ton of information to assist you with that trade. So we're just really looking for that at this stage of the game. And on the daily time frame out here, guess what Tesla has? How does that work, folks? It's got a TD9 count high. So the actual high, the spike high, so to speak, on July 13th, was the bar following bar number 9 of the TD9 count pattern out there. So you got a top in place. But what don't we have? And this is what Pradeep really needs. Scott shared with him. Scott, I pay Scott to say what he said out there. His specific words were, I don't understand how anybody trades without the oscillator unchanged line out there, because it is so important to helping us. Because I'll get it out, don't worry. But when a market makes a top, I used to be in the impression, oh, it's a top. It's just headed lower. Oh, really? Really? It's that easy, Steve-O? No, it's not that easy. It forms a top, and then we've got to go figure out where support levels are. And there's just a few of them that we use. We use Stevie's squiggly line out there. And right now, Tesla is above it. That is priced at about $15.69. I don't know where Tesla's going to be priced as we come into the 4 o'clock time frame. But even though we've got a valid top, We also have price above support. And so what you've got out here in the daily time frame, Pradeep, is a neutral signal. And I don't know how you trade a neutral signal. If you were looking for a tell out here, we don't really have that tell. As far as price and where it could pull back to, well, then you've got your support levels. And those are 1429, 1333, 1189, and 948. The first three were TAS market profiles, which price is trading above for the daily time frame. And the fourth was the breakout level of 948.52. So price could certainly pull all the way back to that, but we don't have, or I don't have the signal as we speak just yet, at least on the daily time frame. If price got below or closed below Stevie's green line, that would be a different message. That message then is that expect a further retracement out there. On the weekly time frame, no topping signal whatsoever. So there's no reason for price to pull back today on Tesla. And on there's no technical reason in Stevie's patterns. Let's speak properly out here. And if we take a look at the monthly time frame, there's no top in place with regard to Tesla. So I say, Pradeep, it all boils down to Stevie's green line, the oscillator and change line, currently printing figure about 1569 out there. And best of luck with that trade. If it's a real speculative trade out here, I would say close it out before the end of the session if price is trading above Stevie's green line. It's even suspect if price trades below Stevie's green line. Now, look, there's nothing else for you to look at. That's just simply the deal, schlemiel out here. I mean that in a very nice way. So hopefully that helps you out. And best of luck with that trade, whatever it is that you decide to do. There's a request to take a look at Nike. Holy shnikes out here. So let's go take a look at that. This from Boston Dan. So NKE is the ticker symbol. We should also go take a look at Microsoft. I believe they're coming out with earnings after the bell today. And so let's see if there's some kind of signal that they've given us. But with regard to Nike, Dan, what you were asking for is, hey, where's Stevie's green line? Take a look at where price is trading right now. Price is at 98.25. Where's Stevie's green line? 98.25. So it's sitting right there. It's below it. It's bounced right up to resistance. Do we have some kind of topping signal inside of Nike? I don't. But price is below its daily profiles. Price is below Stevie's green line. The suggestion there, Dan, is that price wants to move lower. Move lower to where? In the case of Nike, the ideal, if you're looking to buy Nike, the ideal breakout level would be about 89.88. That's from the low on May the 18th. The price pulled back there. That would be your buy, unless there's just major volume coming out of it, and you'd want to make sure that the support level holds. So that is the you were asking, and so that's your support level. Really on Nike, it's 89.88 for the daily time frame. You didn't give me tell me the time frame you're looking at. If we take a look at the weekly time frame out here, the weekly time frame is still bullish for Nike. So you got a little bit different picture with regard to its green line, Boston Dan. Take a look at what, on a weekly basis, what Nike has done. It just simply has pulled back and is testing that green line. Whereas Basil likes to say, walking the line. But hey, I'm a Johnny Cash fan, right? Talk about walking the line. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back. Hey, resistance now on the weekly basis for Nike, 103.89. Support, 96.03. We'll be right back.
Many of our new listeners have heard about The Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive The Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on The Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
TFNN has launched our brand new website. You can still visit us at the same TFNN.com URL, but when you do, you'll see a new and improved homepage with a much simpler navigation, whether you're watching Tiger TV live in high definition or just accessing your newsletter subscriptions. We even have new pricing in 6 months and yearly options. Check out the new TFNN.com now and experience all the upgrades. TFNN.com, educating investors.
If you haven't checked out the newsletters page of TFNN.com, what are you waiting for? All of the TFNN newsletters are informative, up-to-date, affordable, and a must-have for every trader looking to gain a competitive informational edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets to offer you the very latest in market news. Plus, new subscribers get to test drive our newsletters risk-free for 30 days. From all aspects of the markets, including stocks, bonds, metals, commodities, and tech, there's a newsletter to fit your needs exclusively from TFNN. Stay informed each day you trade and get that competitive edge that will help you stay ahead of the game. Visit our newsletters page by going to TFNN.com and click the newsletters button near the top of the page. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Biotech is booming, but for how long? Whether you think the biotech bull has room to run or has run its course, trade LABU or LABD. Direction's daily S&P Biotech 3 times bull and bear ETFs. Visit directioninvestments.com/biotech today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. I think the words are something like, because you're mine, I walk the line. It's a great tune, that Johnny Cash tune. We ought to get the guys in the production room to cue that up and make that the music when we come back from a break out there. Hint, hint, so to speak. In any event, a couple more questions that we've got. This one is coming in from, I'm not sure. We're going to go with Marty, though. And Marty goes on to say, hey, Steve, how does GORO, G-O-R-O, look on the chart? So I don't think I've ever looked at GORO, and that is the Gold Resource Corporation out here. Right now, trade out at 470. Trade above the top of the daily, the top of the monthly profile out there, Marty. So it's trading in between the monthly set of profiles. So support right now, as we know, it would be $4.31. Resistance, $5.65 out here. Let's go take a look at my other charts, see if we can figure out what it is intending to do out here. And your question was, how does it look on the charts? Well, on the daily time frame chart, looks like it wants to head higher. Looks like it. You got to be slightly careful. Well, first, 554 would be your potential target. That's the TD9 count breakdown level. The reason why you've got to be careful, or should be careful, is because it has entered wave number 7, or potentially entered wave number 7 of the Chapman wave. That's letter G on my screen out there. We know at wave number 7 that can identify a change in trend out there. Now, it can continue to extend itself. If we have a higher high tomorrow, well, then that just carries over into wave number 7 out there. So just to be careful. When I wouldn't exit. You're above resistance levels. You're above, and support is down at 427 to 432 on the daily time frame, but 554 is your target. That's what the daily message is. The weekly message for GORO out here says what? Says that price is headed to 508. It's gotten close to that, but that becomes its price target out here. I don't see any other kind of a top. We can't see the prices above a prior swing point. So we'll go take a look at volume as soon as I'm done with this chart out here. These charts on the monthly time frame, I don't have any other signals out here to assist us. So just curious if a GORO is taking out its weekly swing point with volume. That could then give us a signal of a large A to B equals CD to the upside. So the B point out here for the A to B equals CD pattern is the high of the 18th of May, and that's 6 million shares. You are, and this is a weekly chart, you are at 4.3 million shares. and it's halfway through. So it looks to me like this has the volume. The question is, where does it close? If it can close above the B point of this A to B equals CD pattern out here, then it's going to give you a price projection in the area. Just the 1-to-1 gets you back to 608. But this was only a 40% retracement out here, and chances are that this would head much higher, maybe 677, 764 out there. But let's just deal with the first targets out here on that A to B equals CD pattern. So that's what Go Row looks like to me. It says caution on the daily. If price can close above 456 at the end of the week out here, assuming that it maintains volumes like it has for the first 2.5 days out there, it should be able to take out that swing point with volume, giving you a confirmed A to B equals CD to the upside. So I hope that helps you out, Marty. Thanks so much for writing in. We've got Hector and Patty and the fuel injectors out here. And Hector wants to take a look at the GDX, the lightning bolt, the A to B equals CD pattern. So let's go put that up here for Hector. And Hector, let me just first draw in the A to B equals CD pattern that I would see out here. Now, I assume you're taking a look at the daily time frame. Now, you've got June the 5th. Let me just come to June the 5th. Yeah, voila, that is the A point. So here's the A point out here. So as long as we're starting with there's your A point, there's your lowest low. Your B point out here, or the one that I would be using, is from the trading day of July the 9th. Did you do that too? I can't tell. So it didn't indicate where the B point is. But here is the A to B equal, whoops, whoa. I messed up there. That's because I was talking and chewing gum at the same time. And you guys didn't even see that. So let's get that A to B equals CD pattern in here. There's our A point. Here's our B point up here on the high of July 9th. Little retracement for a few days into July 14th. And the 1-to-1 A to B equals CD takes you up to 4509. Less than a 0.382 retracement. So that would really say, the GDX can make a move up to the 4733 level. Now, the B point out here on the daily basis had volume of 37 million shares, and it was passed with 28 and 34. So this has not its B point has not been taken out with volume. Suggests caution. Do you have to take out a B point with volume in order to make the 1-to-1 or 1-to-1.272 or 1-to-1.618 A to B equals CD? No, you don't. In fact, Tom even gave that a name, and he called it a Tiger Gartley. Of course, in that case, you'd have to have some type of retracement in the GDX. So this one here, maybe not qualifying for the true Tiger Gartley, but just to recognize that the daily has not passed that swing point with volume. How about the weekly? Did the weekly do it? The weekly had the swing point volume of 151 million shares. That was passed with 146. Then last week was 135, and this week you're at 88. So, and no, not a guarantee. But I would have to say, and the reason I'd have to say it is because I'm in control of the show right now. I got the microphone. No one else is going to say anything. I would have to say that what the signals coming from the daily time frame are is no top just yet. You're in bar number 3 of a TD9 count. Price was moving higher, doing less relative energy. It got rid of that issue yesterday out here. So the daily for the GDX looks like it wants to continue moving higher, even if it is on light volume as it passed that B point of 39.44. So Hector and the fuel injectors, we're going to call Patty your fuel injector. We know that has got to be the case out there. That is our take on the GDX. All right, so inside the Tigers Den, anybody have something that they want me to look at? In the meantime, Microsoft, right? They're coming out with earnings. Is Microsoft giving us any kind of a tell? And I don't know the answer to that, but we're going to go try to find out whether it is. We already took a look at Tesla. And in the case of Tesla, it's trading in between support and resistance out there. And so let's go take a look at Microsoft. What is it doing? So here's the Microsoft. We're just going to simply take a look at Stevie's daily time frame. My white background charts out here. What do we know? It's got a TD. No, I'll take that back. It has a Rhodes Momentum Indicator top, this little bear sash candle that formed out here. So it's got a valid topping pattern in place. That took place on the trading day of July the 7th. But I add, all that did was send price back to support because there was a new profile that formed about 3 sessions later, and that level of support was 203.33. In order to get a change in trend, you've got to get some type of close below support. And we haven't seen that inside of Microsoft. So Microsoft is just consolidating sideways. 203.33 as support, 214.52 as resistance out there. And there really is no tell here. There's no, in my opinion, support is held, so it's strong support. And you need to see it close below 203.33. If you do get that tomorrow, I'm not talking about how it trades in the after hours out there. If you did get it close below 203.33, then we'd be looking at 171.88. But that's not the case right now. Microsoft is no tell, probably likely just trades with inside that consolidation of 203.33 to 214.52. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
Markets trading with extreme volatility and peaks and troughs everywhere, regardless of what you're looking at in the markets. This is a great time to see the type of analysis Basil Chapman delivers for his subscribers every market day with the Opening Call newsletter. Basil has been analyzing markets, providing his take for subscribers to his trading services since 1984. Every morning, Basil publishes an update for his subscribers, along with weekend and evening updates when warranted. The Opening Call provides traders a daily market overview with regard to the direction of the key indices, selective stocks, and commodities, along with specific recommendations, including stops and targets. You also gain instant access to Basil's subscriber webinar archive from earlier this year, a dark cloud cover, and essential market analysis. Ride the Chapman wave today by signing up for the Opening Call newsletter on the front page of TFNN.com under the newsletter tab. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Sign up today.
The gold market has taken off topside in a large way in 2020. If you want to take advantage of this sector, now is the time to subscribe to my gold report. The gold report took profits in 4 of its equities in the gold portfolio in the first week of January for a combined profit of 99.2%, with 2 positions left in the portfolio that have a profit of 67.5% as of January 7th. The Gold Report is a comprehensive look at the metals sector as well as the markets that move gold, which is the currency and bond markets. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to lose. Every Monday morning, I publish the Gold Report with coverage of gold, silver, bonds, the XAU, HUI, GDX, as well as more than 30 different mining equities. To see for yourself the types of profitable trades that are recommended within the Gold Report, sign up now by visiting TFNN.com. Don't miss out on the next great gold trade. Sign up today.
You know what's cool? Taking something that's good for you. Something specifically formulated to help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Nico, our hunter and gatherer ancestors found all their nutritional requirements for health in their wild environment. But today, our food sources no longer contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients our bodies need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, soil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty, and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated folic and humic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They have been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, life cannot exist without them.
That's right, Paige. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge, formulated and approved by Nico and Paige of Living a Primal Lifestyle. Buy it today for just $89. Click on the Primal Edge banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. So the 2-minute wrap. One of the questions inside the Tiger's Den during that break was, well, I'll read the question exactly that way. I'm not, what is your favorite money-making trade now out here? And the answer to that is coffee. So subscribers and I took a long trade in coffee. We did it via Joe. Some people are in the coffee trade in the commodity. like myself out here. Now, we took this trade out here because of the Rhodes momentum indicator bottom pattern. So here we had price moving lower, doing less relative energy. You get that nice little bearish or bullish engulfing candle out here. Price trading above Johnny Cash's red line out here. Now today, so we're really kind of at a precipice or a predicament out here. Here's a predicament. If you take a look at the left-hand side chart, this is the September coffee futures contract, and you'll see that today price appears to be closing above both the top of a weekly profile and the top of a daily profile, 103.66 and 104.22. That is good news. And that news here, we haven't seen price trade above the top of a weekly profile. Well, the last time we saw that was back in November of 2019 out here. So it's an indication of a change in trend. But what I want, folks, I don't want people to jump on board this trade right now. That doesn't make sense. Why? Because price is running right up into resistance at 108.95. That's the exact resistance point. That's a TD9 breakdown level. Now, price hasn't gotten up there, but it's in that range out here. So there could be a pullback. We could see a pullback. Obviously, Stevie would prefer to see a close above 108.95 out here. But I'll get with subscribers and give them what the options are, what's going on a short-term time frame. But that is the trade right now. That is the big money-making trade. Folks, thanks so much for being here. Stay tuned for 2 more great hours and have a wonderful Wednesday. Don't forget, the way you do anything, I promise you, is the way you do everything. And I know you do everything fabulously. So thanks so much for being here. Stay tuned, as I said, for 2 more great hours. And I'll see you on Thursday. But we might move it forward just an evening. Thursday, Wednesday, even though that doesn't make any sense. Take care, folks.